This is K2 News at 5 on your side.
Certainly the national election results have created a new national environment for our state. What I can tell people is I'm going to protect our values.
Oregon Governor Kotek says she has a plan to respond to the new Trump administration coming in January. She says the plan addresses the potential for new immigration and abortion rights laws at the national level. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for this digital edition of K2 News at 5. I'm Ray Gazaway. Kotek says the state is building up a stockpile of medications used for abortions. President-elect Donald Trump says he has no plans to change abortion laws at the national level. K2's Christina Giardinelli is live for us in Southeast Portland. Christina, the incoming president did not rule out using the military for his deportation plans. You asked Kotek about that as well.
Yeah, that's right. This all unfolded as far as that messaging you just mentioned on the social media site Truth. Trump took to that social media outlet to confirm he plans to take that approach. Now, Kotek says it's unclear right now what that might look like, but she does promise to protect immigrants in Oregon. The dust has finally settled post-election, and Republicans will have full control of all three U.S. chambers of government. Oregon Governor Kotek says Monday she's committed to all Oregonians, regardless of their political affiliation.
I represent all of Oregon. I'm standing up for Oregonians.
Kotek says there are still a lot of unknowns about what will happen when President-elect Donald Trump takes office.
I know that we can come together and protect what we love in our state, no matter what happens at the national level.
Kotek says she's already started to consult with other governors.
Governors, particularly women governors who served under the first Trump administration, and I've been getting advice from them. Look, we don't know what's coming. There's a lot of rhetoric. We got to see what's actually being proposed.
But there are some action she's taking right away.
One of the things I did immediately was look at our stockpile of mifepristone, which is a very important medication for handling miscarriages and other medically needed abortions.
Kotek worked to secure a new supply of the drug since the state's current stockpile expires in September. The new supply will last till fall of 2028. This week, Trump confirmed through a social media post that he intends to use military assets to carry out mass deportations. Kotek says it's unclear what that might look like, but promised to continue offering support to immigrants in Oregon.
And we're going to do what is legal, what is strategic, to make sure our immigrant communities are protected. They are central to our state, and I've always been a strong champion for protecting our immigrant communities.
Now, I reached out to Oregon House and Senate Republicans. They say they will not be commenting any potential policies until those policies unfold. Live in Southeast Portland, Christina Giardinelli, K2 News.
Christina, thank you for that. Students at St. Helens High School are set to return to class tomorrow. It follows the arrest of two teachers on sex abuse charges. One is a current teacher, the other retired. Students walked out of class Thursday claiming the school did not do enough to keep students safe. The district canceled school Friday and today. Police told K2 their investigation uncovered allegations dating back to 2019. Nothing was ever reported. Last week, the St. Helens School Board voted to put the principal and district superintendent on leave. The school board chair resigned. A Washington County judge denied a request from multiple news outlets to release court documents in the suspected murder of a Beaverton nurse. The case garnered national attention in September. That's when Melissa Jubane disappeared. She was found dead days later. Her neighbor, Bryce Schubert, is charged with murder. Schubert pleaded not guilty. Today, the judge denied the request for the documents, pointing to the active investigation. K2 Shelby Slaughter is live in Hillsborough outside the courthouse. Shelby, did you get any updates on the investigation?
Well, right, the state said today that a search warrant was just executed in this case just last week. They also set a trial date for September 9th of next year.
This is the matter of Bryce Jonathan Schubert.
Court records will remain sealed in the case involving a Beaverton nurse's gruesome murder. An attorney representing multiple news outlets today asking the judge for access to papers already in the court system and a redaction of names and witnesses so the case isn't put in jeopardy. Both the state and defense arguing this case is actively ongoing. According to police, suspect Bryce Schubert lived in the same apartment complex as Melissa Jubane. Jubane disappeared in early September and was found dead just days later. Schubert was arrested shortly after and charged with first-degree murder. Where police discovered Jubane's body and other details of the case still remain a mystery. Outside, a crowd of people showing their support for Jubane's case, holding signs and demanding justice. The judge also ruling today those signs won't be allowed in the courtroom any longer, in an effort to keep order and give Schubert a fair trial next year.
And the status hearing is set for next month. Friends and family of Jubane have declined to comment. Reporting live in Hillsborough, I'm Shelby Slaughter, K2 News.
Shelby, thank you for that. Developing tonight, at least 3 people in Oregon and 8 people in Washington are sick after an E. coli outbreak. That outbreak is linked to organic carrots. In all, nearly 40 people have gotten sick in 18 states. 1 person has died. The carrots were sold under a number of brands, including Trader Joe's, O Organic, and Simple Truth. You can find more information on KTU.com. Today was the first day of PBOT's Leaf Day towing. This happens in just 10 of the 52 districts, or the ones that have the most leaves to clear. Towing happens from 7:30 to 10:30 in the morning on designated leaf cleaning days. Car owners are given notice ahead of time.
This takes months in the planning. So not only to get the mailers out to folks, we go and put reminders about Leaf Day and don't get towed on the windshields of vehicles in the Leaf District the week before.
If you're not sure if you're in a Leaf District, you can look up your home or business using an interactive map on the City PBOT website. Tow days will continue through December 10th in Northwest Portland, Goose Hollow, and Sullivan's Gulch. Tonight we are under a Storm Tracker 2 weather alert for heavy snow in the Cascades and a wind threat along the coast. This is a live look at our cameras across the region. You can see a cloudy day. We had some hail here in the K2 parking lot. K2 meteorologist Dave Selesky joins us now. Dave, what are you seeing out there right now?
What we're seeing out there right now is pretty quiet conditions for the moment, right? There are some passing rain showers out and about, but again, big storm moving up onto the Oregon-Washington coastlines over the next 24 hours. So here's what's ahead over the next 24 to 36 hours. So again, the Willamette Valley, Portland metropolitan area have a rainy and windy day for tomorrow with peak wind gusts about 45 miles an hour. On the Oregon coast, beginning tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a high wind warning is going to be in effect. Wind gusts there upwards of 60 to 70 miles an hour. And the result of this is going to be across the region, possible power outages, down trees, and again, possible flying debris because of this strong wind. Now, you've heard this term. It's called a bomb cyclone. What that is simply a very rapidly developing area of low pressure, in this case, well off the Oregon coastline and well off the Washington coastline, but still a very powerful storm. This storm is forecasted to drop down to 940 millibars. That's a very small area of low pressure. If you look at your home barometer, that equates to about 27.83 inches of mercury, so it's a very strong storm. This storm will bring gusty, windy conditions onshore to the Oregon coastline, the Washington coastline, but the main element of this storm will stay well offshore and will not be affecting much of the region outside of some gusty winds for tomorrow late in the day going into early on Wednesday, and of course some pretty good rain as well across the region. Now here's radar. I'll pull the map out. Dry right now out in the Camas Tronto there, but had a pretty good shower move on through about half an hour ago. We've already seen some more showers here coming over the Coast Range into parts of the Willamette Valley. Have been seeing some thunder showers as well. A little bit of light snow still falling in the Coast Range above 2,000 feet. Same story for the Washington and the Oregon Cascades. Seeing some snow showers there as well. And on our watch and warning map, it's kind of lit up like a Christmas tree. So beginning tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we have this, a high wind warning up for the coast and also for parts of the Coast Range. In the Willamette Valley, not as windy, but still breezy here. We have a wind advisory up beginning tomorrow. Could see some wind gusts tomorrow evening in the Willamette Valley, including here in the Portland area, upwards of 40 to 45 miles an hour. This winter storm warning comes to an end in the Cascades this evening, replaced by this, which will be a winter weather advisory up for the Cascades for tomorrow on Tuesday. Now, rainfall totals, 0.4 of an inch here in Portland, over 2/3 of an inch of rain last 24 hours at Astoria, 0.03 of an inch in Redmond, and a trace amount for Pendleton. Meanwhile, LaGrange's picked up 0.11 of an inch of rain last 24 hours. Now, on the Oregon coast, our camera here at Innispan Shed, Lincoln City. Again, overcast skies, a little bit rainy out there, and 45 the current temperature this hour. Downtown Portland up on top of Standard Insurance Tower, we have again overcast skies, 41 the current temperature. Light southeast winds now at 3 miles an hour. And up the touch mark in the West Hills, also 41, also looking at overcast skies as well over on the west side. Our high today, it was chilly, just 47 degrees, 46 for Vancouver, 48 in the Dalles. Over in Pendleton, 45, and just 41 today in Redmond. All right, so what's ahead across the area? Again, here's our area of low pressure developing. You can see moves up along the coast by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. That main low stays well offshore, but again, strong gusty south winds for the coast and the Willamette Valley. Strong east winds for most of the Portland metropolitan area. Again, those east winds tomorrow night, I think peak wind speeds between about 7 to 10:30 tomorrow evening for the metropolitan area. And again, going all night long on the coast. Then going into Wednesday, rain showers, lowering still levels for the Oregon, the Washington Cascades as well. And another system moves on into play. That's going to be going into late Wednesday and taking us into Thursday for yet another round of some wild weather across the region. So, 7-day forecast. Tonight, 38 for the low. Tomorrow's high, 48. Rainy and windy conditions. Again, that wind picking up in the afternoon. Rainy here for you on Wednesday. Gusty winds in the morning, 53 for a high. More wet weather on Thursday and Friday. Then transition to showers on Saturday and Sunday. Bottom line here is all of the week and the weekend will be under damp skies. Right back to you.
Dave, thanks for that. A major milestone celebrated today at OMSI. More than 100,000 electric vehicles have been registered in Oregon. Directors from the Oregon Departments of Transportation, Energy, and Environmental Quality spoke about how the transition to EVs reduces greenhouse gases from transportation.
To put this in perspective, 10 years ago, the state of Oregon, we had about 5,500 EVs registered in the state. 5 years ago, 27,000 EVs registered in the state. So you can see the dramatic increase in the number of EVs in our great state. Fast forward to 2023, we averaged somewhere around 1,800 new net EV registrations per month. A significant jump in the registrations, and that is directly due to the hard work from our team.
The ODOT director there says data shows by 2050, Oregon will be on track to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 60% with the help of electric vehicles. Oregon's goal by 2050 is to get 250,000 EVs registered and on the road. We have a K2 traffic alert now for anyone who drives across the Marquam Bridge. K2's Sarah Bagby shows us what you need to know.
For this entire week, the Marquam Bridge lower deck will be undergoing routine inspections. I-5 southbound and all associated ramps to and from I-405 will be closed from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. the following morning. Now, this closure includes the Southwest 5th Avenue on-ramp to I-405. But no worries, there will be detour signs in place to redirect you. And if you do want to plan ahead, you can take I-405 southbound through Portland as it merges back onto I-5 southbound. Now, just remember that these inspections and this southbound closure will continue every night this week until Friday morning. With your Time Saver Traffic Alert, I'm Sarah Bagby.
Hamilton is coming to Portland. Tickets went on sale today. The performances start March 4th, 2025 and end March 24th. Hamilton follows the story of founding father Alexander Hamilton to shape the nation in a rap song musical. Prices for tickets range from $59 to $249. Sophia Smith has been named to the National Women's Soccer League's Best 11. This is Smith's third straight time earning the award. She ended the season with the third most goals in the league. Smith also competed on the women's national team. Wednesday, the Portland Trail Blazers hope to keep their winning streak alive. They travel to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Blazers are coming off 3 wins this past week. Wednesday's game is at 5 o'clock in Oklahoma. You can watch it right here on K2. After the game, join K2 Sports Director Tyree Smith, Danny Morang, and Joe Simons for our post-game show, the Rip City Wrap-Up on 2.2 Charge. Looking ahead to Thursday, Mount Hood Meadows is opening full-time for the season. It's the earliest it's opened in 15 years thanks to several feet of fresh snow. The resort season runs until May 3rd. Visitors should check weather conditions before going up the mountain. This Friday, Zoo Lights is back at the Oregon Zoo. There's a brand new magical meadow light show, dozens of life-sized animal